I've pressed the button. I've pressed the button. Another episode of Gaming Podcast. Episode 86. God damn, Dr. Pepper's attacking me now. Riley, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, lots on the go. We have a console launching next week.
This is the calm before the storm. Yeah, Xbox. This is a crazy time. You can tell the dead week because next week is just like, here's the storm. The guy who's gonna be outside telling the forecast to get blown away, like they always do it every weather forecast and everything. So it's been crazy time.
Yep. So, and lots of reports that there's still more to be announced too, which is exciting.
Yeah, something that even just broke out. You just sent to us. We can mention. We could talk about for a little bit before the beginning. First topic. Anyway, Steve, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. I was traveling for a little bit. Thankfully, no issues at the border. Nice. Got a few little extra questions, but nothing really anything major. And I didn't have to pay any tariffs on the way back. So. Yay! Awesome. But yeah, I'm back home for at least quite a while because I assume we're all not going to Summer Game Fest. That's still a thing?
Despite my name, no.
No, despite okay, cool. Yeah, so I won't be traveling for at least a while yet. But yeah, so I'll be home for quite a bit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to covering Summer Game Fest with y'all. We haven't talked about it yet, but I assume we're going to probably do some sort of coverage as things come out. I'm excited to talk about.
Hell yeah. Sammy, how about you? Welcome back.
Thank you. I've been good. Just day job's been keeping me running around. I had 6 events in a 3-day period. So on top of that, I still managed to watch The Last of Us, but
Where was our invite? You had 6 events and not one of us got it.
Yeah, not a single invite.
I don't understand. You had
Follow
6
us
events.
On social. You would have seen the invites on social media.
Not bad.
Just send it I thought we had a direct pipeline to the events. I don't understand. Wow, no comment. I see. Okay, wow. All right. Wow.
Would you even come to like Narnia from downtown? I feel like my area is so detached from downtown Toronto.
That's true. You're in like a whole other bubble.
Oh man.
Riley, you shared something here with us. We're gonna kick off right here. That Bloomberg just released from Warrior 64 Apple to debut a dedicated gaming app within days of the Switch 2 arrival. Everyone's trying to get a piece of that Switch 2 magic. What's happening here? Do you think it's gonna be like an Apple Arcade TV, a new peripheral? What are we looking at?
Well, I think we've kind of seen them pushing this way for a little bit now. We have Death Stranding on iOS devices, including mobile, Resident Evil 4, I believe, and a few others.
Persia, yep.
Mirage?
So they're pushing big into the gaming market, and I think that the way they see that is similar to their approach with Apple TV, which is probably a dedicated app that can host multiple things, is my assumption.
Which is interesting, though, because I've been reading a lot of reports of those games not selling well on the Apple ecosystem, like barely even getting into the hundreds of thousands or like the 6-figure sales, like barely even sometimes even reaching, I think, 50,000 sales, I think, in certain cases. And that's from what I've seen for Resident Evil, Death Stranding, and I think even Assassin's Creed as well. So it's interesting that they're still kind of like pushing for it. I mean, I know that Apple's always been pushing for gaming, or at least to have some sort of spot in the gaming space. And obviously Apple Arcade is kind of that subscription service for them, but mostly it's for games that are just not are just premium games that don't have any ads in them, which there's some pretty good ones on there. I remember playing some back in the day, and they have some decent ones on there. But I'm very curious to see what they mean by this dedicated app, because as we were discussing before the show, they already have an Apple Arcade app. So what is this app going to be? Is this going to be a streaming service, or is this is it where they can be able to get like larger games like Resident Evil, or like kind of more AAA titles? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, like is this going the Xbox route with the Game Pass? You can just download the app there on your Samsung TV and then just start playing it with a Bluetooth controller. Like, is it going to be something like that? I wonder. Like, you can that way you can play Resident Evil that is available on Apple Arcade or wherever other, like a lot of games that come from Apple Arcade ends up on console like within 6 months, I find.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's still like it's a combination of Game Center and Apple Arcade. Because looking at the quote supposedly from Bloomberg is that The software will serve as a launcher for titles and centralize in-game achievements, leaderboards, communications, and other activity. So the people who asked not to be identified because the plans haven't been announced. Because they already had Game Center, which was supposed to be that kind of the achievement system or multiplayer system where you basically brings in your Apple ID and you can supposed to connect with friends to connect with multiplayer and stuff like that. But I don't see other than getting other games on this, I don't see the purpose of it. I really don't. They already have an app. Like, what does that mean? Does App Arcade go away, or is it going to be combined with this? I have no idea.
And especially because it's every Apple user's favorite thing to hear that it'll be pre-installed. Thank you to. No one's gonna like that. So I wonder. I'm interested to see what the community feedback will be for that, and if we'll even be able to delete it, which I would hope so. Or if it's,
I think you'll be able to. You can delete a lot of their native apps on their phone now. Before you weren't, but now you're able to.
True. Yeah.
But
it seems it seems like they're going for a unified push into AAA, I would assume. So like they have the Apple Arcade, but those are more like iPhone games.
Oh, so you think that maybe Apple might be going into the publishing side?
I mean, maybe to an extent, but I would think probably they want to. I mean, that's the only thing about, like, I'm a Mac user, so the biggest thing is, like, I don't view it as a gaming machine because, like, most games are not compatible on it.
I think really any Mac user uses it as a gaming machine.
Yeah, right. So I think they, like, their M4 or their M chips are, like, really good. So I think that they're trying to maybe reassess if they're able to break into that market a little better, because to be honest, I don't know if they've really aggressively tried. And because of that, I think that there are some, like, as you mentioned, Steve, some issues with, like, attach rates for AAA games because people aren't, like, going there necessarily. Like, but if I buy it on my Mac, I can play it. Maybe I can play it on my iPhone and then go home and, play it on my TV on my Apple TV. So
the ecosystem
there's like integration at that level. It would be kind of neat, but I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like, because if you're not coming to play, and like I don't, it's a very tough market to break through into. So we'll see what happens.
It'll just be more for Genshin Impact to take advantage of make more
AFK.
Money.
Does that game AFK something or Journey or whatever it's called?
Or like Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh God, I just got a first ad in months, because at some point that was all I was getting.
Everywhere. It was everywhere. Yeah, every YouTube video.
I actually have two friends who I talked to at PAX, who they say they play Raid Shadow Legends like all the time, and they love it.
I was playing for a good year.
No, at a certain point, I got so many ads. I'm like, I am not playing this.
I was kind of the same way. It pushed me away from wanting to be able to play it.
I ended up playing it for a good year, and I was like, all right, I had enough of it. I can't do it. Like, I helped out one person. I was like, oh, this is not that bad. I'll just keep playing it, and yeah, it's not that bad. Anyway, so it's just interesting because I thought that's what the Apple TV was for. Like, I thought they were going to convert the Apple TV into like maybe a gaming console in a way.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's more app based, not necessarily hardware based. So I don't know what that means, if they would start making a controller or trying to be able to tie that, like creating the Apple TV box as sort of like a streaming box. Because I mean, we still don't know what the full outcome will be of the EU ruling of the fact that Apple has to allow third-party store fronts in their app system, or at least we're moving. I think was that or the 30%, whatever, like the whole thing that they were fighting with Epic about.
So Epic basically won the ability to backdoor them through a browser.
Yeah, so which was something that Apple like always like had not like basically prevented from doing, which could also mean like services like Game Pass could potentially be like properly integrated on there, and so I could see. I don't know. I could see like potentially, like Steam properly being on there instead of just Steam Remote Link. Like I don't know. The only thing that kind of comes to mind that Apple would want to be able to push more further down is potentially publishing. That's one avenue that they haven't gotten into yet. If they really want to push for more Apple, like gaming on Apple products, they've had the right connections. You know, Tim Cook has famously brought out Hideo Kojima at one point to talk about Death Stranding, and then we're launching it on that on their platforms.
They even had Shigeru Miyamoto show up at an
True,
Apple
yeah. So
it's cool.
They have the connections to potentially like be a publisher in the space. I would see them basically doing the same thing as what they've been doing with Apple TV Plus, basically creating a Apple TV game publishing or Apple Arcade publishing or something like that, and giving money to studios to be able to make their games. That's an avenue that they've never really kind of taken like a step into. And if they did that, that's potentially, I mean, more money in developers' pockets because they can be able to get access to that Apple money. And B, Apple's already proven that they can basically have award-winning and bingeable content on their streaming platform. If they start doing the same thing for games and actually legitimately take that seriously, we could see a huge flux of really good games coming from being published by Apple.
Yeah, and I think too, it's like it's to your point, it's gonna be interesting to see who they get on board for that, because like obviously their current battles with Epic Games makes something like a Fortnite maybe a bit more difficult, but
sure.
Maybe this is them also acknowledging that this is a new thing that they're going to have to adapt to, and starting to try to compete in that arena as well.
But there is also a proof that kind of side of things could potentially fail. I mean, just look at Google Stadia, for crying out loud. But I mean, if you think about it, that's how we got Baldur's Gate 3.
That is.
Yeah, if you remember, that was going to be a Stadia only game, and
Journey to the Savage Planet.
Journey to the Savage Planet. I think originally Fair Games by Jade Raymond's studio was going to be a Google Stadia exclusive, and then that got bought by PlayStation, and now Jade's gone, so who knows what Fair Games is going to be like now. But yeah, so we've seen big companies jump into the gaming space and fail before. Is Apple is Apple going to do that? Going to fail, or are they going to succeed? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if they take the approach of Apple TV and get some third-party support. Fortunately, a lot of these things are running on PC. I know running on OS is a totally different beast, but or iOS rather. But I know that I think that they could do it in a way that this might be a lost lead for them to make their platform more appealing. But if it does nothing, then give us a better service for like Game Center, for example, like their existing app, which isn't even an app, like it's kind of sloppily in the background of like games that you happen to be playing. I think they could really make a better ecosystem filled with achievements and leaderboards and comparing things, and at least it makes the mobile side a bit more fun. So like if I can see Steve's online playing Pokemon Pocket, like I might challenge him to a battle, or I'll send him a trade offer or something like that. Like if there's like an ecosystem that way, I would think that would be a better means of like getting people invested than what they currently have.
Do Netflix games currently work on Mac browsers? Okay.
I don't know about that. They work on
browsers. I don't know.
I feel like they should if it's browser based.
I don't think they even show games on a because the games that they have are not browser based.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all like app based.
They're all apps. Yeah.
On Netflix?
Yeah, they run this kind of same as apps.
Well, no, now they have you could actually just open it up. Like if you tab into Netflix right now, you could play essentially on the browser.
I'm gonna check.
Through the browser. Okay. Yeah. Because I from my understanding, I thought it was just app based, but
you watch wrestling on Netflix? Sorry, Sammy.
They do have a games.
Yeah, they've always had.
I don't think it's all of them, but I think it's like a beta right now that they're kind of testing. So I wonder if Apple could do something kind of like that.
That's interesting. All right, so I can finally play Singles Inferno Choices.
There you go.
Or World of Peppa Pig.
You play Too Hot to was it Too Hot to Handle or too what's that stupid show called? They have the
Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah, they have that. They have I think they have a Love Is Blind a mobile game in there.
I could just play Oxenfree for the 17th time on a different platform.
They have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna see what that happens.
Yeah, see if it's a download or if you can play it, because I know you can download the games onto your phone.
So like I definitely opened a game. My issue is it's playing through. I don't know how to exit.
Well, can you not close
You
the
gotta play
browser?
it. You gotta play it now.
Oh, it is an app. It is part of the app, but it's basically an in-app purchase. That's what Apple considers it as.
Huh.
So
They've got the money, so I hope that they can do some cool things with that if that's going to be their next big push.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what they currently have right now, and I'm just like, okay, well, they got Civilization 6. Okay,
Damn.
Nice.
But yeah, no, Katana Zero, interesting. Yeah, they've got like Netflix is another thing too. Is that I'm kind of like I've been sort of thinking about lately because of they are going into the space. They are definitely like obviously with the studio behind Moxenfree, they bought them. I know that they had a big presence last year at Summer Game Fest as well. So it just. And as going back to what you were saying, Riley, about like, I mean, Apple has a lot of like just money in the pocket that they could just sort of throw at this and just create their own thing. But then again, it's like Apple is also not necessarily known for. They also are known for canceling projects kind of midway through, and if they don't kind of get any traction. So we'll see. I don't know. Is this going to be kind of like one of those? They always dip their toe in gaming and not really fully commit, or are they actually going to get full in? I don't know.
Well, my question for you is, if they were going to do this, I would imagine they'd have a range of partners. Who do you think would be best suited to support them in this?
On a publishing stance?
Yeah.
Because they already have.
Because I have an idea, but I wanted to hear what you guys say.
Ubisoft.
They might freak out money. Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah,
for sure. I feel like whoever has already put their games there, they're like, all right, we're in.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some Apple bag or something like that.
I'm trying to think of any other studios could basically. I mean, they could definitely partner up with Tencent. I'm sure Tencent would love to be able to like tap into that Apple money. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like I'm thinking of like indie studios like who could benefit from having an Apple as a publisher. And all the ones I keep thinking of are ones that are owned by, or at least published by others, like publishers. So like Devolver or Annapurna kind of thing. So, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who I would want to be able to like have whatever their next project would be.
Because I have a crazy thought.
Okay.
And I think the perfect partner for them might be PlayStation.
Oh, you think that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that might be a perfect partner for them. You go to an Apple store, they sell PlayStation 5 controllers. There's a lot of visual similarities. Like their games are on PC right now. If you can get an OS extension and start running that, like, it might be pretty good for them.
That's an interesting play.
Just a thought. I don't know if that's true, but just a thought. A lot of synergy there.
Yeah,
it's true.
See, I was thinking indie, but I like the fact that you went big.
Go big.
And not only that, it's amazing that you did mention that, because isn't there already a rumor about a State of Play happening around this time as well?
There is.
True. Yeah.
Time to mention it.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Everyone's coming for that Nintendo spotlight. What the hell? They're already in stores, Riley. They're in store. They're in cages.
I'm saying if Microsoft is sticking to their guns and launching a mobile storefront with access on multiple devices with this, like Apple might be the perfect partner for Sony to step up their game and start mirroring similar strategies.
Yeah. I don't know. That would be I don't know. It's just with Apple, you never know what their plans are going to be. So I mean, God, I mean, I think like, no, I'm like now thinking out loud. I'm like, I can't figure it out.
Well, we'll have to just wait and see if anything. It's once again, this is all rumors, so we don't know. So nothing could happen, and then we'll be like, well, that was a fun time speculating,
True.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But something that is not a speculation is that the Switch 2s are out there in the wild. People have seen them. People are taking pictures.
I saw a photo. It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
totally
Yeah.
It's not AI. It's real. You know, they're in cages, all locked up. These mythical devices.
Ages.
You didn't see that picture?
I did.
Yeah, I saw
locked
that
up
too.
and Get in your cage. Get in your cage, you heathen.
Yeah.
Like they're at a zoo or something.
Yeah, just put them in their cage, put it away, and everything. It's wild. And then some people were able to take photos and to show that like you have to get there's an update to use the SD card or something. I'm like, well, yeah, obviously, like.
Well, I have seen apparently there is.
That was the first system to do that too.
There's reports of like you can't use the system unless you have an
Without the
update.
day
So
one. Yeah.
it's locked until basically Nintendo releases it with the day one patch, which I'm like, good on Nintendo for like thinking about that because they could have had a much bigger like because then everyone is gonna and their mom who is a friend of a Best Buy employee or in your case rather a Walmart employee being like, hey, can is there like a Switch 2 that falls off the shelf somehow and then we can buy it? And I'm glad that at least Nintendo's just like, nah, you still can't play it until the 5th.
Yeah, it's locked.
So
yeah.
any of those leakers or early peak whatevers, no, you're not. You ain't
No one's leaking Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Not happening.
We'll do a lovely unboxing. That's all you do. So
that's the best you can do. But even then, I would imagine, like, I would say, kiss your potential working with Nintendo in the future. Bye bye.
If I had one early, I'll have all the footage ready to go. That's what I want. Next week is insane.
See, you're smart that you would be like, it's ready to go. So you're gonna
it's ready to go. No, I'm not stupid. I want
exactly.
Listen,
unfortunately,
I don't want Dougie to come after me.
Unfortunately, there are people that are that stupid, and I've even seen some folks that have already are already talking about potentially finding like bribing someone to basically sell them one early. So, yeah.
Love the ninjas after you. Don't do it.
No, don't.
It's really not.
You don't need like Nintendo is just as litigious as Marvel is. So
you won't come back. A lot of the people who got caught by ninjas, where are they?
No,
gone.
It's either gone or they do it publicly to to basically to prove a message and basically like put you to jail.
Yeah. Well, not only that, they make you pay for the rest of your life. They're like, you're gonna give us $50 million. Like, I don't have that money. Well, we'll take it slowly. That's fine.
Here's the thing I love so much.
Off to the salt mines.
Here's the thing I love so much is that there are literally people in prison right now that are like, when they get the question, what are you in for? Stealing from Nintendo.
The whole Nintendo section.
Created pirating software.
Yeah. Pirated Nintendo games. I'm like, really?
At a website full of ROMs,
God.
You wouldn't download a cow. You know?
No, of course not. Why would you download a Nintendo game?
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
But one thing that was confirmed, and this is no big news. This is showing you that there's been 2 holidays back to back for not only for the Canadian side but the US side of things as well, where a Switch 2 uses a USB mouse. I know, hooray, confirmed. Just so you know. But that's actually pretty neat. If you're sitting here, especially as a streamer, you don't want to use like the standard Joy-Con. You could just use a mouse to play Metroid Prime 4 if you wanted
Pretty
to. So
cool.
It's cool, and I think also as well, it's a good thing for accessibility too, because having a traditional mouse is sometimes can be a little bit more comfortable than using a Joy-Con or a joystick. So being able to like already and like a majority, not say a majority, but like a good portion of motor disabled players generally play on mouse and keyboard because there's a lot more button remapping available for them. So I think being able to play with a mouse is going to be huge for them. And imagine if you get like a macro mouse where basically just kind of map all the entire the system into just one mouse. You can literally just play entire like Metroid just with one hand. So that's pretty cool.
I would assume a wireless mouse could work, right? I hope.
Depends. It depends on what, if there's anything within the operating system that would prevent them from doing that. Because case in point, the PlayStation Access controller, which is designed to work on PlayStation 5, like when you plug it into a PC, it kind of works, but not really. And it will be like, because there's software that basically prevents them from the controller being seen as a full blown controller. Same with like if you try to be able to plug in the Xbox adaptive controller into a PlayStation, it technically should work. Because it is seen in most cases, the adaptive controller is seen as an actual controller. It's just seen as an Xbox controller. It's not even seen as like a special adaptive. It's like only when you download the Xbox software does that even recognize it as an adaptive controller. But PlayStation on their system has a thing in place that prevents adaptive controllers from being used. It blocks them from being used within the system itself. So if Nintendo is doing it could potentially be doing that. It just depends. I would imagine some USB mouse or mice will work. Wireless though, it depends on if they're able to support the protocol or they're willing to support the protocol for it.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll probably make some as well that they'll want you to buy, or there'll be third-party ones or something.
Yeah, and there's only like certain technology that you can really like. It's not like Nintendo can like it will invent a special wireless technology that only works on their mice. So if that's the case, then I would imagine a lot more proper other wireless mice would work. Same kind of thing with like when we were figuring out can you use any other USB camera instead of the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, and apparently you can on supported USB cameras. So. Seems that Nintendo's being a little bit more open with their stuff.
Yeah, I know to your point, Steve, like they showed a video today highlighting some of the upgrades to the Nintendo 64 online stuff. You can
I didn't see that.
Throw on visuals for CRT on Switch like that, which is cool.
Cool.
But one of the big upgrades across Switch 2's version of this app and then also on the Switch is controller remapping.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so like they're getting big into adding controller remapping to a lot of their products, which I think is really valuable.
Cool. Yeah, they have that supported natively. Like that's why I have on for my Switch and also my Pro controller, I swap the A and B so it's proper. It matches everyone like every other controller. And it yells at me every time I turn on my system, being like, "Hey, you've remapped this thing. Do you want to switch it back to default?" No. Nintendo, leave me alone. But
I did what I did. Yeah.
So it's good that they're supporting more proper remapping. That's great.
Do you? I already forgot what I was going to say. No, actually. Oh no! Did you saw the video of the? You mentioned it's really good for accessibility. So you saw the one with the captions and like text to speech as well. What are your thoughts on that?
That's
just
cool.
for this on here.
I
think I sent you when you were away, actually.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. We have not seen that in action as of yet. When the Switch 2 Direct was up, they did put up an accessibility page that did talk about they were going to support text-to-speech and speech-to-text functionality within the system. We just didn't know how that was going to be implemented within the games themselves. The reason why they have that capability is not necessarily that Nintendo is like going full on supporting it for accessibility. They kind of do it to a certain degree, but there is a legal requirement for any game that has a communication aspect to it from via chat, from communicating to player. They legally have to provide a text-to-speech / speech-to-text functionality within that. And that's been part of a CVAA ruling it was implemented, I think, during the Obama administration, but they had like game companies had like a grace period for quite a while before they had to implement it. So Nintendo doing that with the system built into the system is great. I did see a little bit of that video / UI of it was kind of hard to tell because it was in Japanese to see how accurate it was. I couldn't tell what the text-to-speech voice was, whether it was a robotic or an AI type voice. I would have to hear it in English in order to be able to know for certain. But it looks cool. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great way for folks to be able to communicate online, especially with those with disabilities, because you either have trouble trying to be able to speak or just having it's easy for deaf and hard of hearing players. So there's good functionality and good practical uses for it all around. So yeah, I think it's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, like there's a lot of cool things. There's still like a lot of unknown with the Switch as well. Like I still would love to know like a lot of their, like especially the online infrastructure. I didn't even realize with their game share as well that there's a lot of games that out there you could just be like, oh, you want to play with me? Okay, let's just game share it. Like even from either Switch 2 or even the Switch 1. Like if you wanted to play, I think it was like Super Mario 3D Land, 3D Land. If someone didn't have like a Switch 2, like, oh, you can still play with me. And have the Switch 1. You just beam the game to them up to 4 people.
Cool.
And I find that those are features that they didn't really showcase enough in the overall trailer and everything. Everything was just like game chat.
Yeah, they're hard to communicate too. Like to me, it's like that reminds me of like DS download play. If you remember that.
Yeah, when everyone was Shy Guys.
Yeah, you got Shy Guy. Yeah. So I mean, like I feel like there's a way they can showcase that, but they almost need software to do it properly.
Yeah,
like something that's like the Shy Guy moment. So I'm hoping that they can do that. But yeah, it is hard to communicate. It's a great service.
It seems like this time around it won't just be like, oh, you're locked to a Shy Guy. I think it's just literally beaming the game to them because like now their hardware is a lot stronger now and it should be able like this has been like a lot of cases where you can like, oh yeah, let me just share the screen to you or like if you want to like beam something on your phone to your TV. The tech has been a lot better over the years from when back on the DS days, which is kind of crazy to think about. The DS had that. It's kind of crazy because this was just a little clamshell. You're like, oh, you want to play this game? Yeah, just beam it. Like it was so cool. So
I'm really curious to see how far they push the OS because they just totally changed everything on the original Switch like a month before this thing comes out. Yeah. So I'm like, what are we missing on Switch 2 that you guys could drop in the next, the entirety of its life cycle, like 7 years or whatever it'll end up being?
Well, we do know a potential game that might give Nintendo a run for their money. I'm putting it in the chat. There's going to be a Garfield Kart 2.
Let's go!
Apparently releasing this year.
Revenge of the Lasagna.
Well,
let's go.
That's game of the year then, right?
Right
yeah,
there.
That's absolute game of the year.
Expedition 33.
Yeah,
Garfield
Kart 2. All you can drift. Mario Kart World needed the competition, folks. That's when you get competition. It's great for the industry.
What a big, dumb, beautiful industry we all work in.
I know, right? The game looks good. So there's a link for Wario 64.
Like cell shaded, kind of.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
It looks cool.
Doesn't Sonic have one coming out too? Is it this year?
They do, yeah. And they don't have a date yet, but I think it's soon because it just got rated in Korea. I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine this is the year of the karts. Year of karts. Yeah, you got Mario Kart, Sonic Kart, and Garfield Kart.
Well, like at the Game Awards, they could finally have a racing category because they've been merging it with the sports.
True.
Yeah. And they're like F1 and NBA and WWE. I'm like, what the hell? Like, come on now. Now we have a full-on racing category. Who's gonna take it? Garfield for the wins. My bet. So.
Okay.
I like the DreamWorks kart racer they released with Shrek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's very good, but
I'm sad that it didn't really get as much love as it did. But Hot Wheels had like racing.
That was great, actually.
Game.
Yeah,
I liked that a lot. That was a fun racer. I like that.
They had a bunch of crossover cars too, which was pretty neat.
Yeah, I don't know. That should have got more love.
I agree.
Yeah. Other news that broke through during the break, I guess the break that we had was that Senua is coming to PlayStation as well. Like, is that we're almost done? Like, is it gonna be Master Chief next? Hellblade?
Mm-hmm.
Is Master Chief next? This is it? Is Phil Spencer gonna be there next week?
Sammy? Sammy's got thoughts. What do you think, Sammy?
I mean,
we're running out of games. They don't have too many.
I'm all for it. But I don't. Master Chief's not coming. No, I don't think so.
You don't think? I think for sure Master Chief's coming.
You think?
I'd put money on it.
I'd put
an ice cold beverage on it.
They've already cracked that deal with Gears.
They got me for one. All right.
How many bets do we have?
I know mine. I'm holding on to it. I'm not repeating it again.
It's so toast. That was
I don't care. I believe.
I think they cracked the seal with Gears. Like I thought that maybe like they could have had their smaller franchise like Sea of Thieves or Hi-Fi Rush or that like some like the smaller games within Xbox's catalog. I could see them basically releasing on the PlayStation. But when the fact that they've already announced like there's a Gears remake coming to PlayStation, I think that seal's been broken. I think it's just inevitable that
It's a
Master Chief
hole
is
in the
gonna,
wall.
yeah,
There's no way to repair it.
yeah, it's there's yeah, exactly. Master Chief
I would
coming.
honestly, I feel like they'll have it and Nintendo will announce it. Like coming to Switch.
Oh, coming to Switch.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And
Do
then
you
it's
think,
silently
do you think
on
Phil's
PS.
gonna be there at Direct?
I feel like he should.
I feel like
If I was
think
Xbox and I was
No,
like, I'm doing it, like, because they've already said, like, someone asked Phil and they're like, are you gonna have PlayStation logos in the Xbox showcase this year? And he's like, yeah, like, we're not gonna not have it there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you just announce it in the showcase, and then you go on X afterwards, and you're like, oh, PlayStation posted about it. That's weird.
You know,
Like, you got to just start promoting it if you're doing it.
Yeah.
Xbox has been kind of silent about the showcase this year so far. Like, they announced it's happening, and we got Outer Worlds 2 Direct coming, but beyond that, I haven't really seen a lot of I mean, it could be like it could be literally as of this week or next week they'll start kind of like actively promoting it, but
probably. I mean, it's hard. There's a lot of noise out there right now between a Nintendo console launch and Summer Game Fest, so they probably are waiting to get through that. I'll be like, hey guys, remember this is happening.
Yeah, because their showcases on what, the Sunday during Summer Game Fest. Okay.
Yep.
The only thing I could see that they will announce that will just destroy the internet is the one game everyone's been waiting for, and poor other Steve V's not here for it. This game's been clowning him for the last how many years now?
We all know.
Well, what game is that? What game is it?
Silk Song.
That's right.
Oh, Silk Song.
Too.
That's right. Silk Song.
It showed up in that Nintendo Direct. That's coming this year, so.
And a lot of you have been saying that Xbox has the rights for the marketing, like first rights of the marketing and everything. So Nintendo's like, yeah, here's Silk Song very quickly. They didn't say anything else in that showcase. They're like, here it is. That's it. We did it. It's coming. You know, maybe this August, maybe. I don't know.
I would say if we don't hear about it by the end of June, I don't think we're gonna.
I feel like
it might be a
shot. You don't think it's gonna be at the showcase?
If it doesn't, then that's
okay. Yeah.
I think
the game's coming in August. That's what I think.
You think it'll be out in August?
Oh, I think it's this year.
I think it's this
August.
Year for sure.
August. I'm giving August.
What if they shadow drop it?
No, I don't want that. It's too busy next week. Come on, don't do that.
I like that.
Shadow drop it during.
I like that. I like that.
That's the only way I could see if they don't announce it during Summer Game Fest. They're 100% going to shadow drop it like this year because they've already said that it's going to be coming out this year. Nintendo's already promoted it. Okay. It's been rumors about it for this year alone. I would say again, if it's not in the Summer Game Fest anything, whether it's Xbox or Nintendo or even PlayStation, if they decide to be, if they got a partnership with them too. I would say, I would imagine they probably might. Now that GTA 6 is being delayed, we got some gaps.
Everyone's very happy, I'm sure. Yeah.
The reason why I think they won't shadow drop it because no one will pay attention to Outer Worlds after. Like, oh yeah, it's coming after this event.
I didn't say that they would shadow drop it during any of the showcases. Like I would say that they would if there's no mention of Silk Song at all.
Oh,
then the way they're going to release it is it'll be a shadow drop.
Oh, I thought you meant like at a showcase, like it is available today. I'd be like, what?
No.
Today? Like,
we're gonna talk about it during the showcase. I would imagine they would and here's the release.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I think the game's coming out in August. Here's an announcement trailer.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot for it. There's nothing really out. Well, other than Gears in August, but that's a remake. So
I think we have to see it this time.
I think it'll be at the Xbox show, but I'm thinking like a fall release.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Now
doesn't need to be filled up.
I would love a shadow drop, though. I would love a shadow drop.
But then Outer Worlds. People are like, "See you later." Don't need to talk.
I'll
watch you later.
Yes.
It will be tough to pay attention to that, knowing that Silk
Song. Is
this
year? Is it dated?
I don't think Outer Worlds 2 is dated other than this.
It is this year.
Would that be a shadow drop? Maybe not if you're doing it direct right after.
Yeah, right now it's just saying they're still saying 2025. So with the direct, I would imagine that we would know the release date from this year. I think we gotta if we don't, then it's like what the heck? Like why dedicate a whole direct to it if you're not gonna give us a date?
Yeah.
True.
So,
Well, and I'd assume maybe we'll get an update on Fable there, and Perfect Dark is supposed to be out this
I
year.
I hope.
And
Perfect
Gears
Dark.
of War E-Day.
Yeah,
and
more E-Day stuff.
There's lots to talk about.
That's the thing, because we don't really other than potentially Outer Worlds 2 this fall, we don't really know a lot about what Xbox's second half of the year, because they've been killing it. I mean, you all seen the top games in April in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Like the top 5, 4 of them
Indie,
are
baby.
Yeah, Riley, you
Indie
posted
maker.
here. It's like they besides Assassin's Creed, that's it.
Yeah. That was the only other one that was in the top 5 that was an Xbox. So I mean it's been Xbox's year, and I think if they come out with a solid as close to a solid showcase as they did last year. I don't think they could be able to top, because that was like one of the best showcases period in several years, regardless, like not just even Xbox specific. So if they can get close to that kind of hype for the showcase this year, and that then we see a full slate of games coming out for the rest of the year, this could 100% be Xbox's year for releases. Like there's
They'll
already
be the number one publisher for sure. They
absolutely.
have to be. I mean, you're looking at Doom, and then Indiana Jones came out on PS5, and Forza came out on PS5, and then Gears, and everything else. It just goes.
But like
on
everything
and
else,
on.
they've just released this year, like South of Midnight,
Midnight,
Doom, the Dark Ages, Avowed, and Expedition 33. Like it's been a banger year for them so far, and we're only halfway through. So if they can come up with a second half of the year that's just as good, whew.
Claire wasn't theirs though. That's just independent.
Yeah, but they did a whole like it was part of the
publish.
It was on Game Pass,
developer direct, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Which, by the way, 3.5 million players for those, or no, not players sold, right? Copies sold.
3.3,
33. Yeah, sorry, 33. I don't want to mess with the market.
That was the whole point of it. Yeah.
I don't want to mess them up. Yeah. Thank you, Riley. Yeah. So that's amazing. What, 30 people in that studio as well?
Yeah, 30 people.
Yeah,
very small.
good.
Yeah.
Crazy. So congrats to them on that as well. Kojima's coming to. He's been confirmed Summer Game Fest. I assume this is just like everyone played Death Stranding, and it's
Death Stranding too. 100%. Yeah, that's it.
I think that's all you need to do. No what?
OD at the Xbox showcase. OD.
I think they'll do something.
So, question: when they say that he's going to be at Summer Game Fest, are we talking like did they confirm in person? Because they've always said, like, Jeff has been coy about Kojima appearing at his thing, and it's just a video.
Yeah.
It's cut up board.
Don't miss it when Hideo Kojima takes the stage live.
Takes the stage. Okay.
Takes the stage.
All right. He's going to be there. Okay.
Yeah, and Jeff said just now, Hideo Kojima will join us live on stage for Summer Game Fest. Okay.
Damn. I'm not going to be in the room. That's fine, though.
I mean, just to hear him say play Death Stranding too, I don't have to be in a room to hear that.
True.
I mean, I feel like they have to touch on OD, right? Maybe even bring out like Hunter Schafer
or
Fizzant.
Like his other one.
Fizzant, yeah, there's that.
Oh yeah, I don't
think he'd do anything at Xbox, because we already I think we know that Xbox isn't doing a live thing that they've done before at Summer Game Fest. So there's no stage for him to come out unless he did something prior to pre-record with Phil or something like that.
Yeah, I would think that would just be like they probably just went to his studio or something and recorded a segment if they were going to talk about anything there. But
yeah, they've had a lot of folks come out to the Kojima studios as of late. So
that's a bucket list for sure. That'd be cool as hell to go out there and
oh man, just hearing from like folks who
stand in the hall.
Oh god.
I just want to go to Japan. So if I could just stand in front of the building, I'd be happy with that.
Japan's pretty dope. Dope.
I'd love to go.
Why did you go see Hideo, Riley, when you were there? I don't understand.
I have my
I don't know. I don't know him personally.
Mine is here
You
somewhere.
guys all have them on hand? I love that.
Yeah, mine's on the desk. It's all on the desk. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys enjoy them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's because it's nice clicky buttons.
I have it right next to my.
Oh yeah, you got your
Yeah.
Elephant Mario.
Oh, no, I don't think
Yeah.
I ever got that. Oh no, I didn't go to that one.
You didn't go to that event.
I also.
I gave a spot to your husband.
That's
You're welcome. What the hell? You're like, oh, you didn't go tis, but you're plus one.
I have like three fidget.
Yeah, you
things.
suck. Yeah,
Yeah, you suck. Thanks for letting him go. Damn it.
I have like three fidget things that are sitting on my desk at all times, and the Nintendo thing is.
That one is cool. That
Yeah.
This cube. Oh, this metal
it was
cube
looking
thing.
trippy just now. I was like,
What
wait a
is
minute.
that?
So it's literally a metal cube that basically you just kind of and then you just spin it, and it's
Whoa.
spinning really fast, but the frame rate's
Oh.
not keeping up. But
That's
this can go for
awesome.
quite a while. Like
That's
you can,
cool.
yeah.
Like-
It's pretty dope.
That's tripping me out.
I like it.
That's cool.
It kind of reminds me of Control a little bit with like the little thing that used to like morph around.
Kind of.
Guns and everything.
I don't know what the magic is on it, but it's like it's perpetually moving all the time, and it lasts quite a while. Like it's still going. Like it's still going at full speed. It's only now just starting to slow down, but
You have a demon cube.
it's a full blown. It's just a metal. It's just a full blown like metal, like heavy
my
metal
God.
cube. It's like you can knock someone out with this thing.
Clock
So-
someone with it.
Yeah, I bought it at PAX East for like $15. It's
That's
great.
cool as heck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Did you all see that Ender is supporting Battlefield or Battlefront for EA's Star Wars Battlefront? There's like those 15,000 people playing Battlefront now.
24.
Or 24.
No,
even-
sorry, 18,000.
18, okay, that's still crazy. Like no one was touching this game, and then
I talked about it this morning on my show. Like, there was a whole like for May 24th. It was the Battlefront 2 community came out with a thing called Resurgence Day, where they tried to be able to get as many people. Sorry, I have construction in the background. Let's get as many people to be able to play Battlefront 2 on the same day. And they like on Monday they cracked over 18,600 players
That's
on
crazy.
Steam, which was almost double their peak player base that from I think January 2021 or April 2021, sometime in 2021 was that, and that was at 10,000 peak players. We don't know what the peak players was when it launched because they didn't launch on Steam, and there was an EA Origin whatever, and that was back in 2017. So
Flashbacks.
Battlefront 2 is having a resurgence, and
is EA gonna be like, all right, time to make a third one? People are like, no, we actually don't want that. It's just
devs have come out and said they would love to.
Yeah.
Devs have come out and said that they'd love to, but the team has been kind of split up, like because they're not. And DICE is working on Battlefield 6, so I would imagine that probably EA wouldn't
It's
make
tough,
one.
right? Like you wish you could do it in a moment like that. Be like, hey, we have news, it's happening. But like the amount of work they'd have to do to.
Yeah.
Still though, I mean, like it's really cool to see it researching. I actually re-downloaded it on PS5.
I'm about to do that too. I just feel
Yeah,
like
they gotcha.
I
They
never really
gotcha.
give it a full chance. Yeah.
I did. I played a little bit of it. I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. Like, it's
Yeah.
a really neat game. Yeah, that plus the Fortnite stuff is going on for Star Wars right now as well, which is
Sure.
cool. So, lots of
Like,
Star
what-
Wars stuff.
Why wasn't it like? Why didn't it take off? Like the people just didn't like how it was, or is the game now properly fixed? People are like, oh, it's not so bad now.
At the time when it launched, it was the microtransactions because that was the whole debate
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
And then EA pulled it or pulled them so that basically you can still play and you can still play the heroes, but with minimal. I don't think you have to pay for it anymore. Or they kept the price low or something like that. But yeah, then they released a few updates, but not like they don't support it anymore. They don't. I think the support for that, other than from the multiplayer side, I think that's the only thing they keep going. But they haven't released an update in a while. But yeah, I mean, even like I look at some people kind of streaming it as of like today, and it still looks just as good. As if it was released today on a PS5.
It's
or
a
an Xbox
handsome
Series X.
video game.
It looks
Yeah,
very
amazing.
That's a DICE engine, right?
DICE, yeah, it's DICE.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their engine is fantastic, man. Ever
Mhm.
since I remember, like the Wii U, like that Need
Was
for
it
Speed, I was like,
Frostbite?
Frostbite, yeah.
Frostbite, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
engine's really good.
yeah.
Oh.
I think it's great. But will we see a Battlefront 3? Probably not anytime soon, because I think EA said at one point that they said that the licensing costs was too high, which I get. It's Star Wars.
EA still works with Disney on the Star Wars.
Yeah,
true, with
Jedi, but
and I feel like Disney just throws Star Wars like, you can make another one than that. But if you want Marvel, they're like, give us more money for that. But like Disney, like Star Wars, are like, sure, do whatever you want.
Not necessarily. You gotta think about like how many like Star Wars, like actual Star Wars games that we've had over the past few years since EA has lost that exclusivity deal. There's not a heck of a lot.
We had Outlaws.
There's Outlaws, yeah, but like kind of big titles. I mean, we got Outlaws, we got the Jedi games, so that's 2 of those. I really like, other than a few mobile games. I can't think of anything. Like the Star Wars Eclipse was announced. We still haven't seen that for a freaking while.
That was the one that everyone wanted, but was canceled, or they just disappeared in 1940 something.
13.
13, yeah. Well, 43 is the Marvel one. Never mind.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like a like Boba Fett, like underground kind of, yeah. But that got canceled, or I don't know, whatever.
Bummer. It looks so cool too. That had real potential.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm curious. Like, I don't think there's really been any Star Wars games that have come out a lot lately, other than, like I said, mobile games. So I don't know. It could be that the licensing for Star Wars is just too high.
Yeah.
Not everyone has money to spend on an entire event.
I'm sure they get a discount because they use the Epic system to build their sets or the Unreal Engine to build their sets half the time. So, like, hey, we do this. Give us a little discount for Fortnite. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Well, they have the Unreal Engine. They probably got a nice little deal, or that was part of the back end or something. I don't know.
Something, yeah.
Wasn't there a rumor a while ago that Bethesda had a Star Wars licensed game that they were working on? Now I'm trying to hurry up and
make my Blade game. I don't care about anything else.
It's not Bethesda, is it? Who's doing that?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think
it's the people it's the people who did Dishonor.
Oh, Arcane.
Oh, it is Arcane, yeah.
Which was under Bethesda.
Yeah. Which could,
Arcane Leon, right? Cool. Arcane Leon or something.
Yeah. But then
publisher Bethesda Software.
Yeah. But then I think then they pivoted to Blade instead, or Deathloop, and then Blade.
I don't know what. I can't imagine what state that game is right now. I don't think
Blade.
I think like 2028.
Blade,
something like that. Yeah.
I would say 27, 28 is a good guesstimate for when that.
Because that was ready. What, first year all of us went together?
That was 2023 that they
it was
Game Awards. It was Game Awards.
Game Awards.
Yeah, can we talk to the producer after? The guy who
Dinga. Yeah. That's right.
That was 2023. Yeah, I don't know. Quite 2 more years, Sammy. Sorry.
I just still want to know, is that Star Wars Eclipse game still in the works? Because that was Quantic Dream was making Star Wars Eclipse. I'd be curious to see like what the heck is going to happen there, or if that game has been canceled. Or is Ubisoft going to be making more Star Wars games? Because
I feel like they probably will give it another try, right?
Ubisoft?
Yeah, I feel like
I'd love them to.
Yeah.
I think Outlaws is an underrated game. I'm gonna say it. It's an underrated game. I think it's great. People who reviewed it didn't give it enough chance because they had to breeze through it for a review period. But if you take it slow and you enjoy it, then you're like, it really does make you feel like you're in the Star Wars universe.
It was good, but like there were some mechanics over the game where like when they're chasing you, they'll just drive off a cliff. I'm like, all right, we're not chasing.
They did fix a lot of that.
They did fix a lot of
They fixed a lot of that, plus the stealth. And if when
Nyx tried to distract them, you couldn't distract too. He'll just stand in the middle. I'm like, well, no one's noticing. The guy's like, oh, what a boring day. I'm like, yes, I understand that, but look at my animal, please. I'm trying to distract you here.
Yeah, I think they fixed a lot of that within the past few patches they've made.
Well, they just came up with the last DLC last week or 2 weeks ago. And I must say, the first DLC was really good. I actually did enjoy that one.
That's the Lando Calrissian one, right?
Yeah. That one was really good.
And the new
I
one
just like
was
the
with
guy who voiced Jabba the
Hondo.
Hutt. That's
Oh,
all.
me
I
too.
wish that would have been. Oh, that
I
would have
just
been great.
I just like the guy who voiced Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
That's what I like the most.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, cool
Yeah,
guy.
I thought that was done great. I wish I had more lines to do in that one. Yeah, like because it was like when I saw that the DLC was coming out, I was like, oh, so no more Java, huh? Okay, that's fine.
Wish they could have easily implemented him in. I don't understand. He's part of the whole faction.
Exactly, you would think, right?
I have to talk to the
You
boss.
would think.
I don't think so. You know.
I don't know.
I guess that's pretty much it. Next week is all our final episode before Switch 2.
Switch o'clock.
Switch o'clock and Summer Game Fest and potentially a State of Play and potentially a Nintendo Direct.
Who knows? Sounds like June's gonna be busy.
If this is your chance for backlog, this 1 week here, it's just good luck. Okay, that's all you get. Because after that, you're screwed. You're not getting.
I'm gonna have to try Expedition 33 this week because like there's no shot I'm gonna be.
So good.
Actually, I just started playing it this past weekend. I like it. I love the lore. I love the story. The combat is growing on me. I think I definitely see why people like it. I'm got quite a few accessibility issues with it. That is very like it sucks. The UI is like extremely small and inconsistent throughout the entire process, or throughout the entire menus. But then also, I don't know if you saw this, Marcel, when you were playing it, but it's very hard to navigate the world when you're walking through the levels. Because you get turned around quite easily, and I think I nailed down the reason why. The environment is way too busy.
There's a lot happening.
There is a lot on screen.
It's too pretty.
It's exactly. There's a thing about like it looks great, but it's almost too great because you can't like. There's no like telltale like signs of oh, there's a path that you can go down a bit to, like that leads you to where you need to go. It's just. You're in the world that you have to figure out where the heck to go. And I got turned around quite a few times. And there's no compass, there's no mini map. There is a map, but only when you're kind of like in this overworld map state kind of thing. But I don't know. I like it. I want to keep playing it, but I've got a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean it's been I like the story. It's very enjoyable. The voice acting fantastic. For what this team has done, it's very beautiful as well. I know, yes, we were saying like it's too pretty and everything because there are times where we're like, where am I going again? Like there's no indication like go here or like you do easy to get turned around. I do agree, but it's a lot of the game's a lot of fun. I really like it. Yeah. And then especially with the side bosses as well, where there's some bosses that will just do like 30 like a whole minute combo. You're like, I gotta parry all of this and
or they have like a one-shot kill. I found that boss very, very quickly.
Oh, did I?
But I think it's honestly, here's the thing. A lot of people sort of like say like they're talking about parrying and the dodging is difficult in this game. Just put it on story mode and you'll be fine. It's fine. It's like it's challenging to a certain degree, but it's more enjoyable. Like you don't need to have the hardcore parrying and stuff or dodging. Just go into it to just enjoy the story. That's my take on it, anyway.
There you go. With that being said, Riley, what's going on for you for the rest of the week?
Just gearing up. It's Days of Play tomorrow, so lots of PlayStation stuff on sale. So never been a better time to buy a PlayStation 5 if you're in the market for one.
Before the price goes up.
Maybe.
I'm surprised they haven't done it yet, honestly.
For PlayStation 5?
They haven't
raised the price. They just announced like a Play Days, like a discount?
Yeah, there's a discount on it.
I just mean because Xbox raised theirs.
No, for sure. There's definitely complications with manufacturing right now, given everything going on. But we have a decent deal on. I think it's $70 off the PS5 bundle, which includes Black Ops 6. Mm-hmm. And also $70 off the PS5 Pro. So the first time the Pro's ever been on sale, which is neat. And then outside of that, really just gearing up for the Switch 2, which will be pretty exciting. We're going to have Walmart Canada will have consoles in stores in limited supplies on launch day. So if you didn't manage
Mario
one,
be there?
I can't confirm or deny that, but I would.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there.
So just kind of gearing up for that, and then I don't know. Hopefully, playing Mario Kart after that.
Oh yeah, love to see that. Steve Saylor, how about you?
Not much other than just continuing on with my my daily show that I've been doing on YouTube. I've been talking about so far. This week was about the Star Wars Battlefront stuff that's been happening, and I think tomorrow's story is going to be. I saw 2 articles about. It'll be up as of today when this episode goes live. But Aftermath, the site, they put out 2 articles how parrying is the best is the best in gaming, and parrying is also the worst in gaming. And I think I'm gonna have a specific take on that one. So
I think Blessing had like a documentary or like a essay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, his essay was more about like is parrying gone too far? Like we're seeing parrying pop up in a lot of games, not just in like Souls-like games. So I'll probably have a video talking about that on my YouTube channel. So yeah, basically just subscribe to my YouTube channel and at Steve Saylor, and that's all I got.
Oh yeah, Sammy, how about you? Any events you're not inviting us to?
This week? No, I think
This week.
No. But I will be watching other people play Elden Ring because that comes out on the 30th on Steam, right?
Oh, is it next week?
Oh, really?
No, it's Friday. It's this Friday. Which I don't play.
Oh, I had no idea it's coming out. That's crazy.
I don't play Elden Ring, but I will enjoy watching other people play it for sure. And then I'll probably be getting back to basics. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. Probably because of the Minecraft.
You got the Grimace skin?
I don't play that version of Minecraft. My skins are free.
Wait, what?
What version of Minecraft are you playing? 3DS?
It's just playing the hack version, it looks like to me.
I play like the regular old Java, right? So like you just upload your skin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
why is that better? Is it like what's the difference?
Don't you have to like pay for skins now, or is it still free?
There's
like
you can get some free ones as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't know.
Like,
some free ones.
On the original version, like you could just make your own. So if I want to be anything, I just fill in that pixel thing and then upload it. So I like that. Yeah. And I play a lot of modded Minecraft.
We ate McDonald's for nothing. For you to not use that code, I can't believe this.
I actually have no idea what I did with the code. It's around here somewhere, but I have
for nothing.
Look at him! Look at him!
You can't even see Grimace. You can just see his eyeball.
I can see him. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. That's crazy. You just blew my mind. That Elden Ring's coming out. I totally forgot. I thought it was like a 2025 game. I'm like, that's coming out later on this year.
I didn't even realize it was coming out that quickly too. Yeah,
you're all screwed, everyone.
Games, bro.
Great.
That's right. By the way, this one game I talked about last week on the episode on the podcast, Mind's Eye. Still waiting for information coming out. Finally, they came out with a trailer today. That's the one that's made by the former GTA developer. He made like pretty much all the GTA's game, and now he made his own studio. This game's were tied to a brand called Everywhere, where you can just make games a lot easier and everything like that. Previews didn't look too good about this game, and now all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, it's coming out June 10th." I'm like, "You sure you don't want to delay this game?" Like,
all right then.
All right, well, I don't know.
I got it. That's
wrap. Is just I feel like this might be like a days before situation where like,
really?
It might be, honestly. It's not. The preview was not looking good for like from what they saw. So
I don't know why they offered a preview then.
Because the game was coming out June 10th. Like
I know, but really, you knew it was
soon.
Like
it
not
should
done.
be ready if it's coming out.
Yeah,
I'm not in charge. Okay,
right.
I just play games. I'm not in charge here. For me, so doing St. Jude last couple of days, and then we also just announced our Pixel Power Play Data Dev style event that's be happening here in Toronto, June 14th. So if you're available, come all. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And we see you all here next week. The final stream before Switch 2 is birth.
Birth. Is that what she's? That's terrible.
Everyone. No, that's it. Leave it at that.
That's awful.